Remember to practice your sax, Tex.
We've been talking.
Who's we?
I cut him back to a meal, a date, or head now.
Stay in your lane. They told me to my face, you can't play straight people.
Really?
I do have some secrets.
I love it.
My mother was a beautician and liked to have affairs with the neighbors. You know, I pretended there was a rope attached to my penis and they would pull me everywhere. Straight people are walking around with masks. God, this is sexy. Don't tell me you're friends with her. She is mentally ill. She's crazy. I thought this was going to be a serious interview.
Yeah, no, it's better than that.
I read in the paper the other day that only 1% of this country is gay, and if that's true, I've slept with everyone.
Were you openly gay at the time? So you grew up in LA. Who were the best actors you've seen? There's some fresh air and sunshine coming your way. So you grew up in LA?
Yes, I did. And I looked you up before I got here.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came up was Ann Coulter, and I thought, if he is friends with her, I'm going to kill myself and 2 other people. I really am. Don't tell me you're friends with her.
You know, we are friends.
She is mentally ill. She's crazy. She's what we call in the biz an ambulance chaser. You know, she tries to create drama everywhere she goes. You know, whether it's real or not. I think that black people are from Mars. Yes, they're from Mars. And
they call it rage baiting.
I guess so. She just and she's written 100 books, and none of them have anything in it. They're empty.
Right.
And the reason they're empty is because no one's ever read them. I can't imagine anybody reading her book.
If you were to see her, what would you say to her?
I'd say, honey, it's time to get a real job and do something with your life. Try to be nice. Try to find something that you could say about people that would be positive, that would help somebody, not just trying to get yourself into a meme or get yourself a headline.
I even took you to see The Lion King.
Oh, Joseph is in that. He's the cuckoo bird.
You mean the cockatoo?
Oh, the cockatoo. He's that too. He plays 2 parts.
I'll tell you, what does a Jewish woman wear when she goes to the beach? Complete jewelry, complete hair, complete makeup, and a zebra bathing suit. Guess it ran with the family.
I do think of myself as an actor first. I guess my roots of who I am. It's like Barbra Streisand always says she's an actress who people think as a singer, but I think I'm an actor who people
does
think.
she say that?
All the time. She's always thought of herself as an actress first. And I think of myself as an actor first who got sort of notoriety as a comedian. And she also did something for me as a kid. You know, when I saw her, you know, I'm Jewish, she's Jewish, she looked like someone from my neighborhood, and she was unapologetic in who she was, and I'd never seen that. And she was Jewish and said she was Jewish. Now you have to remember the time. My father was a Holocaust survivor. So when you see somebody saying who you were at that time and not trying to hide it or change your name or fix your nose or become the kind of person. And she was a female lead. She was a romantic figure.
Would your dad talk at all about the Holocaust? Or?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, he took me to every Holocaust movie there was. I mean, and he kept saying, you know, when I would be upset or something would happen, I'd start to cry, or somebody was upset about something. He said, "What are you crying for? Your life is so good. I didn't have a piece of bread to eat." And I said, "Dad, I'm 8. I don't know what you're talking about." You know, and
How did you just manage to make a Holocaust survivor's real reaction funny? That's pretty good.
Well, but it was my life. You ever see the movie The Pianist?
Yeah.
That was my dad.
Really?
He wasn't in the camps, but he was hiding from the Nazis for a very long part of his childhood. So I am, no matter what, I'm always a son of a Holocaust survivor.
And did people try to help him, try to turn him and his family in?
Well, God, it's such a long story. How do you tell it on a talk show in a soundbite? Buy my book. You know, it's in the first chapter. Got to move. Got to get out.
Were you this funny?
Oh yeah, I was. I don't think I thought I was just trying to figure out who I was. And I think I Love Lucy was one of the first things that Lucy was so funny. And I remember she was pregnant and she couldn't get out of the chair. And I did a play when I was a kid at the Parks and Rec called Santa Claus for President. And I wear this big fat suit. And I pretended I was Lucille Ball pregnant. And I got all these laughs. And the head of the Parks and Recs, Meyer Levy, nice Jewish man.
That's a great name.
And he comes over to me after the show, and I think I was 14. He said, "You're going to do this, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." That's when I really knew that that's what I should be doing. But I've never not been an actor.
Who are the best actors you've seen for your mind?
Well, there's nobody that can top Meryl Streep. I think if Viola Davis had the same opportunities, she'd be in the same class. She just sort of fell in line because people saw her gift. You know, for me, they didn't see it. They just saw some funny gay guy, and you know, who probably was limited. And that's why to this day, Nate Parker can't do no wrong for me. I love him so much. He gave me an opportunity to play a white heterosexual Christian plantation owner in 1831. You know, and he changed my entire life.
They gets to moaning or carrying on. You don't pay them no mind because they're lazy as all hell. They do anything to get out of work. You ready, boy?
If your doctor has told you to pay attention to cholesterol, listen up. More and more people are looking for gentler ways to support their cholesterol health, and that's where Dose for Cholesterol comes in. Dose for Cholesterol is a clinically backed cholesterol support system that supports triglycerides, LDL, HDL, and total cholesterol. It's just a daily shot that tastes like mango, no capsules, and no powders. It uses ingredients like turmeric, CoQ10, amla, and other plant and mineral forward ingredients. And I only like talking about products on this show that people around me actually use and are excited about. They deliver it right to your door, making it easy to build healthy habits and stick with your routine. They also, by the way, have a lot of great products over there. New customers can save 35% on their first month subscription by going to dosedaily.co/Carlos or entering Carlos at checkout. That's dosedaily.co/Carlos for 35% off your first month subscription.
I've always gone that extra inch. My dad taught me that. Show up. When you go to the interview, you wear a tie. You let them know you're in business.
We got to ask you about Dad.
Oh, my dad, yeah.
I'm proud that you became an actor.
I think they would have loved me to do anything but. And nobody wanted me to be an actor.
Even though they're living out here in Los Angeles.
No, but my father's
glitz
in the
and all
schmata business. My mother was a
okay.
beautician and liked to have affairs with the neighbors. You know, I just, she married 4 times, 2 she married, 2 she killed. I thought this was going to be a serious interview.
No, it's better than that. Yeah.
No, they didn't want me to. Of course they didn't want me to. Even though I grew up in Hollywood area, in the Fairfax area, even though I grew up there, I went to grammar school with Jodie Foster. I went to high school with Timothy Hutton, and everybody's kid was either, you know, father or mother were a grip or a hairdresser or a script supervisor. Everybody was in the biz.
I grew up in Beverly Hills adjacent. That's not actually in Beverly Hills, but that's close enough to have a maid once a week, and yes, the gardener. And no, my parents are divorced like all good Jews.
All right, Star Search. You did Star Search. First of all, how did you get on that? Because that was such a big deal at the time.
Well, I was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
I just worked really hard. And I used to be embarrassed that I worked hard. And I used to think that that was a bad thing because, you know, in this business, they want you to say, arrive, you're here. You know, I found you. You know, well, no one's going to find me.
Yeah.
They didn't want me. They told me to my face. Yeah. You know, people used to say, stay in your lane. You can't play straight people. You know, they wouldn't even say, are you crazy? They would laugh at me.
Were you openly gay at the time? Did they know you were?
No. I came out in 1993 on the Geraldo show in an episode called Unconventional Comedians. And what they realize is that we're all unconventional.
Jason Stuart targets the homosexual community in his act. And Jason, I understand that there's something that you've wanted to say for a very long time. Are you going to do it right here on my show?
I'm coming out. Yeah, this is it, guys. I'm coming out. I've been, I'm gay. Okay, deal with it.
I was doing stand-up and I was working as a featured act, which means you're in the middle. And I did very well. I was making money and making a living. And I just thought, God, who am I? So I decided to come out. My friend Marcy Smolin helped me write a press release. And I was scared shit. And I thought I was making a big mistake, but I was so depressed. And I had done a movie called Kindergarten Cop, and they cut me up so bad that I'm barely in it. So Geraldo did it, and they built a show around me.
I'm Jason Stuart, and I'm coming out on this show today. I'm not really gay. I'm a sergeant in the military.
I don't even know where I got that. Right. And then we all did stand-up on the show, and my whole life changed.
For the better, or?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to, when people say that, are you happy you did it? Of course I'm happy I did it. Do I wish that I would have had an easier career? Fuck yeah, man. Are you kidding me? I love being an actor. I love playing different kinds of roles. I wanted to be Dustin Hoffman. I wanted to be like Richard Thomas on the Waltons. I wanted to be treated with respect and not a joke. When I was in Birth of a Nation, I had seen ads in the Variety, and they would say that they were having these tax incentives for different states. So I decided the big deal would be to get agents in every state that I could get an agent in, that they had a tax write-off in. So I got them in Florida, I got them in, you know, St. Louis, everywhere, all these places. And nobody got me an audition, nothing. So I finally got one in New Orleans. I flew to New Orleans to meet her on my own dime. And I said, I want to meet you. And I said, look, you know I'm gay, right? She said, no, I looked you up on the internet. I know who you are. And I said, well, you know, I don't want this to be a hindrance, and I'm out. So, you know, she said, well, I don't care if you can do the part. I saw your demo reel and you're good. And that's all I care about. And I thought, wow, this is so different than Hollywood. And I was in New Orleans. She sent me an audition for this part from this movie called Birth of a Nation. I thought, I am not going to be in a movie called Birth of a Nation about white supremacy that brought back the Ku Klux Klan at the turn of the century. And she explained to me, she said, this movie is taking the title back.
Your slaves sure do know how to behave.
Well, they God-fearing. One of them's a preacher.
People might pay good money to have them calm down a bit, especially by one of their own.
I lead you to Peter 2:18. Submit yourselves to your masters, not only to those who are good and considerate, but also to those who are harsh.
So she got me an audition. I flew on my own dime to this crap hotel, and I went in the parking lot, and I was rehearsing. I was 3 hours early. I had nothing to do. I was there for the audition. And some man walks by me, and he says, I know you. And I went, I have a fan in a parking lot a half hour out of Savannah, Georgia. It was Nate Parker. And he looked at me. He was so handsome, but not just that. He just exuded this, I'm going to take care of you. I like you. And I just felt like, wow. And I wasn't nervous at all. And I went into the audition, and I read the scene, and I read the second scene. And he said, that was great. Can you do it again? But can you be a little funny in this? So I did it again, and I went, Sam Turner. You know, I could barely teach my N-words, you know, the terrible lines I had to do. And I did it again, and he said, thank you very much. And I said, this is a great project, good luck. I left. Next day, I got a call from my agent on the phone, and she says to me, I remember I was on the phone talking to a friend, I put him on hold. She says, well, how's your day going? I said, well, it's good. She says, well, it's about to get a lot better. And I said, well, why? She said, well, you got the part. I said, well, what part? I thought it was maybe one of the other parts, or maybe a small part on an episodic or something. She said, no. She said, you got the plantation owner. And I said, don't you tease me. And I got really serious. And then I just broke down and cried like a baby. And then I panicked. Now I'm gonna have to do this. And I never went back to my friend. I totally forgot he was on the phone.
Abner here, it's my only real protection. Now, they needs to mind me. You speak on that. They treasure in heaven from submitting and all.
I can't play racism. That's not me. It's not real to me. So I had to play, you know, that black people were basically not there. They were just chairs and tables and I mean, that's what I do in my imagination. And even the way I walked physically, I pretended there was, you're gonna laugh, but I pretended there was a rope attached to my penis, basically, because I wanted this masculine, and then it would pull me everywhere, and that would be pulled. So I'd walk with that part of myself.
Scholars have been searching for this for centuries, only recently unearthed this in London. Oh.
You anti-immigrant?
Yes.
But pro-gay?
Yes. I'm European. We're complicated. If you just wanted the address, you wouldn't have called me. You could have got the address with a couple of clicks and $20.
Tell me about Redlining.
Redlining is a film that came to my mind because I wanted to do a movie about generational wealth, which I think is the biggest problem in this country. And I started listening to people in a different way after Birth of a Nation, because I did all this PR and I was around black people constantly. And people would, you know, people would say, do you feel weird? I said, no. Why would I feel weird? I feel like I'm doing all this stuff in school. Like I didn't go to college because I was gay. And I was afraid to go to college because I was so beat up on in school that I couldn't see myself in a school paying to be treated badly. And I couldn't talk about it out loud, so it was all going on in my own head. So I'm a kind of person that reads and watches and goes to the theater and goes to the movies, and that's how I got my education. So I'm watching all these black people and in this incredible film, and I'm saying to myself, you know, I'm on all these red carpets and I'm doing all this PR, and some really sweet young girl says to me, she says, how do you feel about all this? I said, well, number one, it's a privilege to be a part of this story. She said, well, you're playing a terrible guy. I said, yeah, because I'm telling Nate Parker's story. So I'm here to be of service to this director, and that's my fantasy as an actor. And then she says, well, what do you feel about this? I said, well, number one, this is what I do. I take off my shoes, I put on the shoes of my black siblings, and I just shut up and I listen. And that's what I think people should do, and that's where I sort of changed. It changed me incredibly. So then I wanted that in my film Redlining. This really big subject about people being, you know, gerrymandered and living in these areas and not being able to mix. The gays are here, the Jews are here, the blacks are these, the Hispanics, the the Indians. And I wanted to show how this big subject matter could be told in this little story, and just about houses, homes where you live, where you get to live in this time when we don't know what's going to happen. And that's why I did this film.
Get out back, boy. Get to your house. You don't live here.
They're just doing homework, James.
It's just a matter of time.
I'm gonna have to sell the house. I'm gonna have to paint it and fix it up because there's so much to do.
Why'd you take me on that airplane trip all the way to New York City? All by myself and without Katie.
Why'd she think I did?
I'm gonna send you off, Jason, with love and good feelings and good thoughts, and whatever the journey ends up being, and I have a good feeling about it. I hope that you will, on the other side of that fresh air, I hope that you'll remain kind and generous and thoughtful and good to yourself and good to other people.
Well, then I'll share this with you as an ending. So when we were shooting the film, this is what I love about movie making, is it's a family. And when we went to Sundance, the night before we screened, I have no idea why this is making me so emotional. It was Birth of a Nation family dinner. And I didn't grow up like that, you know, with a lot of family that was kind and generous and valued you. I felt so valued. And it just changed me. So I feel ready to do anything. I feel ready, and I also feel, and I've had this before, this time when you feel ready, and then things have happened, and then careers are, you know. And then, you know, we've been through a lot in the last 8 years. You know.
There's some fresh air and sunshine coming your way, so.
Well, if you could hurry it up just a little. I'm really tired. I'm at my goal weight right now, so.
You're good. All right, you'll see Jason and I in our bikinis on the next show. I hope you guys enjoy this. I definitely enjoyed Jason. What a first-class treat, and please watch Redlining, and please support it as it looks to get into the various film festivals. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.